Well, I have a trip coming up this week, and this time I thought I'd do a little bit differently for at least a set of travel-related videos. You're going to see some products in today's video that I'm going to actually do a deep dive in on their own videos, but I don't want to do that deep dive until after my trip and I have more use with the products. But at least you'll see some things that I've actually been pushing for to get and to have for my upcoming trip that makes at least traveling a little bit easier, and then traveling with COVID in place a little bit easier as well. Hey folks, welcome back to techgooch, and today is kind of the step one of a set of videos that I'm going to do on travel stuff. So this is pretty much exactly how I'm going to have it packed for my trip later this week. I have my personal item backpack kind of thing here. This is a Peak Design everyday bag with some stuff in it. Now, you can see some stuff probably like my travel tripod and my camera obviously is currently being used. So that actually goes in here. This is actually half empty because of that, but it does have some other stuff in it. And then I have my carry-on bag completely packed that has some stuff in it that I don't need to take, but if I have the room, it gives me options for where I'm going to do some neat things. So this is my traveling during COVID. What am I packing? And typically, I guess I've never really done one of these what am I packing videos or unpack my bag kind of videos. But I thought, if nothing else, I show you what I've been putting together for some new products that I'm going to actually be attempting to try and get some footage of while I'm using it for this trip. But also some really cool updates to like my mask video that I did a little while back. I have some new masks that I'm really looking forward to trying, specifically because of, well, traveling, you're in more of a congested space, and with the new variants that are out there that are more transmissible, I definitely want to have something on my face that protects me even more, even though the last time I was through the airport in November, I felt extremely safe. I'll be honest about it. Obviously, when we're traveling, traveling during COVID is one of those things that you really got to think, is it really worth it? Is it necessary? Things like that. In this case, I'm doing it, and but I'm taking as much smart precautions, in my opinion, as possible. And I'm also not going, other than the airports or the plane, I'm trying to stay away from congested areas on my journey. So, that said, let's pop this baby open. Let's start with my everyday bag. And then we're going to transition over to my carry-on. So I'm going to set the camera up better. Okay, so this is the everyday backpack from Peak Design. Technically it's the 30 liter. I'm not going to cram stuff in it. Actually, I have the top pretty well not full. But I thought I'm going to go ahead and open up the side here. As you can see on the one side, I'm going to have my tripod, which is currently being used. So I don't have that in here right now, but that's going to be the only thing that's going to be attached on the outside of my bag. On the inside, I'm going to have a couple things. So first, you can see where my camera's going, right in the middle of the pack. This is obviously the most protected zone because it's got cushions on both top and bottom, so my camera's kind of my pride and joy. And that's where she's going to go. Bottom, we're going to start on the bottom. This is actually a new bag that I'm going to be doing a video on. This is a new bag as well. I had the 30 liter Peak Design everyday bag a while back. This is the version 2, so I'm going to do another video on this guy. Peak Design did not send these to me. I actually purchased these because, to be honest, I don't need stuff sent to me all the time. I'm a huge supporter of Peak Design, and I definitely wanted to give them some love. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to do a video on it, because I'm going to do a video. This is their tech bag, which I have packed full of awesome stuff. I have my new battery backup from Zendure, so I got that guy in here. I've got a 5 terabyte external drive for my videos that I'll make, so I can load them on that guy. I have all my cables, whether it's USB-C, Lightning. I have a MagSafe charger in here. I've got any of my adapters to adapt, whether it's multiple ports there. I got a single port one here. I've even got my actual Apple charger for my MacBook in here. I have my Black Magic mouse in here as well. This is actually used from both my MacBook and my iPad, but just an adapter to add more ports and read off memory cards. So I got all my cables and stuff here. That's what this is. This is my little tech pouch. It keeps all the necessary stuff that charge, do stuff with all of my devices. My iPhone, my iPad, my MacBook, everything all in this. So it's a little hefty probably because of the hard drive and the battery pack. That's my two heaviest things in here. And I don't necessarily need that battery pack. It is a pretty big battery pack, but if I'm going to attempt to do a video on it here down the road, I have to have more use with it. Right now I actually don't have a whole lot of stuff in the side bags, but I will have camera equipment like the batteries and stuff are going to go in here. I do have, these are extra filters for my mask, which I'm going to be showing you here right now. Actually, why not? This is one of two masks that I'll be taking that have more capability. This one is from AirPop. It's their active mask. It actually is what they claim is a 99% particulate filter. Kind of has a cool green backlight to the black. They do have other colors available. It is a replaceable filter on the inside. It is their own 5-layer filter. You can see it actually has like a silicone base seal that actually seals completely around your mouth. So anything that you breathe in or breathe out has to go through the filter medium. So it is the most protective mask that I've ever used, specifically that doesn't have like a respirator type device on it. This is as close to a respirator while still being just a face mask that folds up. Replaceable filters last up to 40 hours, and I have an extra one in the bag. So this is going to be my main filter, my main mask I'm going to be using. It's very comfortable. It just hooks on the ears. It is adjustable. I've only used it just to try it on, so I haven't used it in the open yet, so I don't have a whole lot to say about it, but that's a future video that I really can't wait to do, because this is the mask I was looking forward to the most to get, and I've been talking with them, and I'm really happy that I get to try this out. So AirPop did send this my way to do a review on, which, however, I specifically asked for this mask, so that's awesome. I appreciate that, AirPop. I can't wait to show that. My main thing up here, I actually do have just a fabric mask with me as well. These fit really good. They're easy to pop on and off. I did a video on these before, and these Headley ones I've really come to like. They're really comfortable, to be honest about it. They're still just fabric, multiple layer fabric, and you can add a filter if you so desire. They have, if you buy filter media or whatever, they even have a template to cut it out. Currently this does not have a filter in it, but that's just kind of my cloth mask, easy to go filter one. Then I have my AirPods Max in my lovely case here. I gotta say that I'm really looking forward to using these on a plane and really testing them out, because I love these headphones, and the water-filled case is fantastic. These guys make some great stuff. So that's what you, I guess, claim is my personal item going on the airline. Same thing on the other side. I don't really have a whole lot in here because this is a newer bag, and I don't really have all my stuff moved over from some of my other bags. But I don't plan on taking a whole bunch more in here, other than the camera and the tripod. So that is my personal item, my backpack. So let's get into my carry-on. So this is well, I've had actually this carry-on for quite a while. I've actually done a video on it in the years past. This is the low gel. I really like aluminum framed bags. My next carry-on bag is definitely going to be a fully aluminum one. However, this said, I like the brief style case. I don't like the zippers as much. I like something that actually has a rigid frame to it. So let's open this guy up. So right now, I have it set so I'm taking some stuff that I necessarily don't need to take, like my drone. This is my DJI Air 2, which I sold my Mavic Pro Platinum to get the Air 2. Love the more compact size of this guy. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to be able to use this. But I had the space, so said, why not? I'm taking it. A couple other things that I'm going to be doing some videos on. This right now is basically empty. But this is a Peak Design, one of their bags, the sling bags. This is their smallest sling bag. I think it's, I want to say 5 liters? I can't remember, to be honest about it. 3 liters. No, 3 liters. This is a 3-liter one. Basically, I got this specifically so that if I'm going around where I'm at, this will fit my A7S III with my 24 to 70 millimeter Sigma lens on it specifically. I mean, exactly in here. And then I can put like, you know, some extra batteries or whatnot in here, or just, you know, a small battery backup, which actually, one other thing I do have in my carry-on, my personal item one right now, I forgot about that, is I have a, where did I put it? I guess I didn't even show that. In the back, I actually have my MacBook, and I have my 12.9-inch iPad Pro, and that's all in the laptop, and you see in here the laptop sleeve, as well as the tablet sleeve. And then I also have a small Zendure battery backup. So this is just a really nice and small, easy to access one. This one's, what is it, 10,000 milliamp hours, I think, for this little guy. I got that on Prime Day last year, so I have that with me. That's going to be something that I would put in here along with a cable or so. But yeah, that's something I forgot to show the backside of that. All right, so this is going to be a bag that I'm going to have a video on eventually as well, after I use it more. I have the first sling version, the 10-liter version of the first sling that Peak Design did. The newer ones are obviously completely different from the first version, but I like how small these are. It does come with a shoulder strap. You can change things up on here as well, just like all of the Peak Design stuff. They do some great stuff. So I'm not going to really get into that, but that is coming with me as kind of a backup bag. So you can see almost half of the first thing here is just stuff I'm bringing to try or do whatever with on my journey. This is a bag that I'm eventually going to replace. This is just a leather. This is my bathroom bag. So I have, you know, whatever stuff in here. I have some new deodorant I'm actually trying out, some Duke Cannon deodorant. Never tried that stuff yet, so that's coming with me. I have my favorite razor I've ever purchased. This is the Brown Series 9. I've had this for over a year, and I will never go back specifically to the Norelcos ever again. So this is the only razor for me. And then this is something I can't wait to show you guys. I actually bought this for my last trip, and now my whole family has them. These are just Quip electric toothbrushes. You can get these at Walmart, at Target, online, directly from Quip. They're single, so in, let's see, how do you open this guy? I can't remember. It's been a while. I guess there's a single battery in here, in the actual toothbrush itself. So I think like that. There we go. So that's how you change the head, and in here as well is where you can get to the battery down in here, which is just a single AA or AAA, just a single AAA battery, and the thing lasts like 3 months, I think, on a single battery. But yeah, not to go into it too much, I guess. There's just like a letter Q here for Quip. You push on that guy, and then you have a sonic toothbrush, and they're so small. And they have their little travel piece that goes with them. This also has an adhesive back strip on it, which is kind of like a wash adhesive type of thing. But it's, you know, it's designed so you actually stick this to the mirror wherever you go. So at your hotel room, you stick it to the mirror, and that keeps the toothbrush off of the counter and stuff. And then you just, you know, during your stay, you're using it. And then when you go, you pull this back off the mirror. You put the toothbrush back in it. And yeah, in she goes. So, did this for the first trip. Now my entire family has them and love it. I actually even have the Quip floss. I don't have that in the bag here, but I have the flosser as well. So yeah, if you're new to Quip or you're not interested, if you're looking for a nice compact toothbrush, definitely check that out. So in here, I have the second new mask I'm trying, which I actually have already tried one of these. I got 2 of these. This is a silicone-based mask with a replaceable filter. Now, this is a KN95 filter, so not quite as intense filter as the other mask, the AirPop mask. However, it is still a seal on the face, so it's still sealing. So most, and I will say most, of the air that's going in and out has to go through the filter medium. Now, it's not as airtight, I guess, of a push against as the AirPop mask is, because you're actually sealing to the filter. This you're sealing to the mask, and there's a filter in the mask. And it goes, you can actually kind of see there's like a little gasket that goes around the filter. So you basically have to take your time to get the filter in the gasket, which I didn't put that in the gasket before. I just kind of had it sitting in there. But you take your time, and you have to get it in that rubber seal. Once you get it in there, then you're basically putting everything through the filter. I would say it's 99% of probably what you're doing is going through the filter. And then once you have that in there, I'm not going to do it all in math. This is the cage that actually keeps the filter in place. And also keeps the filter from touching your mouth, right? Keeps it off of your face. So when this is on your face, nothing's actually touching your mouth. Now, this is a large. They offer this a small and large. Even the large, nose to chin, it feels smaller on your face. Now, I will have a video on this as well. I bought this one. I did not have this sent to me. I found this online. Got a mask, I think it's called. And they also have replacement filters. And so I bought 2 masks and some filters. And I'm not going to say that this is my favorite mask, because it by far isn't. I've used it for an entire day at a gymnastics event that I was at, and I wanted to make sure I was well protected because I was by a whole bunch of other people, to be honest about it. Not too many, but enough. So that's what I brought with me on that. Definitely felt safer with this than I did with the cloth masks, but not as comfortable for long-term use, in my opinion, so far. So, review on that coming. Just have an extra couple chargers. I don't really need this, but because I've been using this for years, it's just a 4-port USB-A adapter. If nothing else, if the people that are going with me need something, at least I'll have that in the hotel room. And I have room for it because it's just slim and easy to throw in here. Then I have an HDMI adapter for USB-C, so if I want to plug in my MacBook or my iPad to the TV in the hotel room, I will have that. So keep that in here because I don't really need that with me. And then in here, I have some more reviews coming. A couple actually different ones. These are actually both Peak Design packing cubes. If you haven't noticed, I am a huge fan of Peak Design products. I have for a very long time, and I love having a relationship with them. These Peak Design packing cubes, I also purchased. I didn't have these sent to me. I really wanted to try these. I really wanted to do a video on these, so I bought them. This is the larger cube, and this is the smaller cube. And I don't really need to take the smaller cube with me because everything I need to take with me is here. And I'm actually not for sure I'm going to actually do this. They actually have a shoe bag as well, but I actually have a pair of shoes that I am actually going to do a review on. And I'm thinking I'm actually going to be wearing these. So I just kind of did this just to show the difference in sizes. And it actually fits perfectly, one large, one small, in my suitcase. But these are great because they have a really quick and easy kind of mechanism. And they do compress as well. So right now I have it compressed. But when you're actually loading it, actually that's the back side. Where are we at? Here we go. I actually have it partially uncompressed, I guess. So when you're loading it, you have it uncompressed. Right, and you put all your clothes in here. So if you're really doing for a long duty trip, this is great because once you get everything in here, then you take the compression bag and you just go around, and the bag just goes around, just like any other packing cube that's on the market today. And then it just compresses it down. Now I don't have these full, right? This is not really that full at all, to be honest. So it fits just fine, no problems, and I really don't need that. And then with the Peak Designs, they have the quick. Just pull it all the way open, which is awesome. That I didn't know if I'd like that much, but after playing around with it, and I haven't really used it other than packing it a couple times just to try it, I'm already loving that. These shoes are the shoes that I really wanted to try. So I found these, and there's a story why there's 2 different laces here, because I'm attempting to try something out here that I have on a couple of, or at least now 2 pairs of my other shoes. These are from a company, let's see if I get this right, Le Mouton. Now, I actually contacted this company directly about showcasing their shoes. There's a few brands out there that make these wool shoes, and I was looking for something that I liked the look of, had some good reviews to it, and maybe weren't the other competitor to this. So I contacted these guys about doing a review on their shoes. And this is actually the only company I contacted. And lo and behold, they actually got back to me. It was awesome. We contacted a few times. And they sent me 2 pairs of shoes to test. One is lace-up, and the other is slip-on. Now, I've actually been wearing these. So I got them just a few days ago. I've been, well, out quite a bit in these already. And then these I wore for a day as well. Been wearing them around the house. They are, I will tell you, extremely comfortable, extremely lightweight, and I honestly love them already. I really do. And so I'm actually was planning, I'm going to take both pair. I'll take these pair in here, and I'll just wear these pair in the airport. Now, I do have my TSA pre-check, so I don't need to worry about taking my shoes off, but that's what these would be king at. So yeah, that's where these come in. I don't necessarily need the slip-ons, but that was my original thought is I'll take these with me. These will be in the airport, and then when I get down there, I'll use these. And then these will be my travel shoes back, or if something happens where I get wet or something, I'll have an extra pair of shoes. So I may still take both, but I haven't decided for sure. The second thing that I was going to say is about the laces. So now they come with standard tie-up laces, like most shoes do, right? So I have a couple other pairs of shoes that are very similar lightweight nature like this, but not made out of wool. And they use elastic cord as their laces instead. And nothing fancy. You just put, it look like they just put the elastic cord in, and then they just do like a simple tie so it can't pull through. And then you adjust it to your liking, and voila! You have a non-tie slip-on, or I guess a tie-up, technically slip-on shoe that you don't have to worry about the laces. And so, kind of interesting, I actually bought some of this cord. Actually, it comes, where'd I put it? There it is. Comes, I just bought it on Amazon in a bag, and I'll put a link down below to this stuff as well. You can get it in a whole bunch of different colors. This is just 25 feet of it I bought. This 1/8 inch shock cord. And I tied them up. I adjusted to my liking, and there's the old laces. I guess I threw them in there for now. And then, yeah, when you wear them, they're just, I have them fair, loose enough where they're comfortable, but tight enough where they don't slip. And I can obviously loosen them up a little bit more if I want to. Obviously, I have a ton of cord. If I really wanted to loosen up more, I could do it again. But I actually cut these, and then I just took some, like a lighter to melt the ends, so it actually fit really good. But yeah, and it just happened that the orange was a really good call, because when I got these, I didn't know what color they were sending me. The graphite and orange logo, I was like, oh, I'm using my orange shock cord, absolutely. So I still got to do this one, but I decided to show you how it comes versus what I did to them. And I love this. I had one pair of shoes that came this way. They're called Tropic Feel shoes, and they're great. They really are. But I did it to another pair of shoes. One of my my Lems shoes that I do on my Camp Geeks channel. I've done a few reviews for them, and I decided to do one of their shoes with like this as well, just with some black cord that I had laying around, and loved that. And it's not for every shoe, I don't think, but for these like lightweight, something that doesn't have to be cranked down tight or anything, fantastic. And even in the airport, I wouldn't even have to worry about laces in this case, because I can just slip them on. It's fantastic. Now, I do have the tongue to worry about. I do have to, once I get them on, I have to adjust the tongue a little bit so it actually lays in there and it's comfortable. But really easy to do. And obviously you can see I already have them all dirty from doing all my stuff that I was doing with them. But I'm going to put these to the test. These shoes I'm going to put to the test. I'm actually thinking about maybe even spraying some water repellency to them, because they are wool, and they'll just soak up that water, I would think. But I've never had wool shoes, so it's kind of this play by ear kind of thing. But so far, love the new shoes that I'm trying. I'm not going to put those back in there right now, because, like I said, I haven't decided whether or not I'm actually going to take both pairs. That's a future item. But yeah, that is my carry-on. So the last item I'm going to show is just that for traveling, specifically if you're going through an airport, and you have a carry-on bag and a personal item, the backpacks, in my opinion, they have to be able to cope with one another, because the last thing you want to do is be in an airport and have to carry a backpack the entire time, especially with something that maybe has a little bit of weight to it. Being able to do something like this, where the backpack actually has a pass-through strap on it, once you do it one time, you'll never go back. And these straps from the Peak Design backpack actually have magnets in them, so they actually magnetically attach and they don't just droop down. They'll actually attach to itself. Just keep the straps a little more at bay. So, like I said, I'm not going to go deep dive into any of these products, but you can see a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be working on and showing you guys over the next little bit, specifically in travel tech and travel products. I'm not going to say that these are a technology revolution, the shoes, but I really like to have a good, comfortable pair of shoes with me, specifically in like flights. I don't, common courtesy, don't remove your shoes for the flight. I will never do that. Because I'm never going to subject somebody to potential odor that maybe I don't mind so much, but somebody else may be really disgusted at. And so having a pair of shoes that are very comfortable for long-term use, key. Specifically ones that breathe really good. These are really light, so while they're comfortable, they're also really light, so they don't feel like you're dragging you down. So I'm really looking forward to that. And that's not so much technology, but yeah. And I might actually show these on one of my Camp Geeks channel as well for kind of like the lounging kind of pair around camp. So if you pay attention to my Camp Geeks channel as well, you might see these down the road as well when we get back into camping. So yeah, that is the gist of what I'm taking with me. There's a few other small things I'm sure that'll be in there as well, but I have a few days to pack everything and make sure everything's how I want it. If you have any questions at all, comment below. Subscribe, share the video if you could for me, and yeah, let me know. If you've traveled through COVID, or just travel in general for technology stuff, what do you take with you? What works well with you? And if there's something that you recommend that for me to change, me to try, I'm all ears. I'm definitely open to suggestions. And every product that you see here, whether it was sent to me to show you, or I purchased it for me and, of course, to show you, every single product is something that I specifically chose. So there's nothing in this bag and nothing that I'm actually doing a review on that was sent to me and I didn't really necessarily want, but I'm going to do it anyway. No, every single piece in here is actually something that I really wanted to show, or I really wanted to use. So this is a big deal for me. There's a lot of products that I'm going to show you, but everything was picked out for me, whether it was sent to me or not. It has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with I'm really looking forward to trying several of these items out on this trip. So thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking to the end. I know this is a longer video, and obviously when we do the breakdowns, or when I do the breakdowns, yeah, they're going to be more in-depth on that specific product. And hopefully I'll have some good footage from my trip itself to incorporate into those videos. I may even actually release one while I'm on my trip. We'll see. So, thanks for watching to the end. We'll catch you back here on a future video review right here on Tech Gooch. We'll see you soon.